Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. This is again Sergio Donis, Regional Director for your union, SEIU 2015. I'm bringing you today a very quick update. I'll have some very exciting news about what's been going on at the federal level. Wanted to first start off by saying we're still very much engaged in our We Can Do It campaign. You see the artwork on the screen. Make sure that you're also sharing this artwork online, that you are using this on your own Zoom backgrounds. We want to make sure that we're promoting the efficiency, normalizing the use of the vaccine. So please help us because we definitely can do it. And please help us share on your social media pages. I have a quick update, great news. We've passed over 3,000 calls, over 3,156 calls already that members of our union have logged in to call Congress to demand that caregivers be supported, that caregivers be treated like the essential workers that you are. So this is fantastic. And because of the number of calls, because of the pressure that our brothers and sisters here in California, but also caregivers and union members across the country have done, we were able to pass at the House very key legislation last week. Just a week ago, big headlines. I'm sure you all saw it in the news that the COVID relief package, also known as the American Rescue Plan, passed the House and moved on to the Senate. Huge, huge news. Of course, we saw one setback that is only I would call it a temporary setback. $15 minimum wage. Looks like it's not going to be heading over well in the Senate. The Senate is going to be debating, discussing, and hopefully passing this COVID relief plan this week. But we know the $15 minimum wage looks like it has a hard road ahead. But that doesn't mean that we're going to stop fighting for it. We know that the $15 minimum wage at the federal level is the right thing to do. We know that's exactly what Americans need, what caregivers deserve in some states as well that don't have any that are still way behind on the minimum wage. You know, some states we know are still at $7.25, which is ridiculous knowing the cost of things right now and the cost of living. So we still going to fight for it. We're still going to demand it. We're not going to give up. We're going to keep pressuring the legislators that we put into office, the legislators that are going to pass this through, but we're going to have to keep that pressure going. We're going to have to keep raising our voices. So more news on that. But I wanted to also highlight something that is very key. In the current COVID relief plan that is now being, that is in the Senate, that's being discussed in the Senate, there's very important provision. Now there's all these words on the screen, but essentially what all the words mean is that there's a provision that would bring an increase of funds to states like California to support home-based and community programs. Those are programs like the in-home supportive service program in California. This increase for California would mean potentially over $1 billion to support caregivers from the period of last year to this year. And you know, we think this is super important and super critical. So we need to fight for it. We have it right now in the House version of the plan. We now need to make sure that it passes in the Senate. What's happening in the Senate right now is things are getting cut. Deals are being made, things are being scratched. We cannot let over $1 billion for the in-home supportive service program to be thrown out the window. We need to make sure that it stays intact. So that's why, again, this week, we're asking you to make that call tomorrow, Friday, to Congress. The numbers are on the screen. We need everybody to call. If you already called, that's great. Thank you, because you got us to this point. If you haven't made the call, we need you to make that call. But if you already made the call, do it again. And again, the numbers are on the screen, whether you're doing it, the call in Spanish or English. Si lo va a hacer en español, póngase a llamar. Si ya llamó, llame otra vez. Si no ha llamado, llame por favor. We need everyone to call. We need to make sure that this does not get cut from the final bill. What are you going to say when you call and you have your legislator on the phone or you have a voicemail on the line? This is what you're going to say. You're going to say your name, where you live, and you're going to say that you need them to pass the $15 minimum wage, because guess what? I don't care if it's on the rescue plan. I don't care if it's in another plan. I don't care what bill number it's in. We need the $15 minimum wage now. So you got to tell them pass the $15 minimum wage. We also want to tell them pass currently proposed and longer term increases in funding to Medicaid to make home care jobs good union jobs. That's the message for this week. We need you all to do it. We can do it. We can do it together, brothers and sisters, but we need everyone's help. So remember, tomorrow, Friday, you can do a lot of things tomorrow, Friday. I know it's the beginning of the weekend for some. I know some, heading to work tomorrow. On that drive to work, make that call. During your break at work, make that call. After work, make that call. Whatever you do, just make sure you include that call before this weekend gets started. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. And we're going to get to victory, but we're going to do it together. Si se puede.